So I was passing by this Ola showroom and you know what I got to see? This. This company once represented India's biggest EV company and now this.
A man set his EV scooter on fire.
People on ground are burning their Ola scooters. Ola scooters are breaking down in the middle of the ride. Some are trying to donkey it and taking them for a procession. In fact, the day we are recording this video, the Goa government has suspended Ola's license and they are banned from selling new scooters in Goa. At one end, where Ather stock prices have doubled in the last 1 year, Ola share prices have gotten almost half. And this was not always the case. Ola for a year sold the most EV scooters in India, almost double of Ather. In fact, the numbers were same as TVS and Bajaj EVs combined, like 2 plus 3 combined. And now they are collecting dust. And this is not just the case of one service center here. Here's another video of an Ola service center in Odisha where almost 100 scooters are kept pending for repair and some of the scooters are just left half open. And even if you keep this visual aside, we have used the first gen and second gen Ola S1 Pro for more than a year and the experience was terrible. And even recently, one of our teammates, Ola, just wouldn't start with buttons. The screen goes off when tilted. Now, all of this has got me thinking, what really went wrong with Ola Electric? This isn't just a story of a company, it's the story of hype, ambition, and how execution can literally short-circuit success. So how did India's most hyped EV startup go from being the Tesla of India to face its biggest identity crisis? This is Pratik, you're watching TechWiser, this is TW Explains, and let's understand the downfall of Ola Electric. Now, before we get to the 4 reasons which led to Ola's downfall, it's important to understand the beginning. Let's go back to 2019. There are 2 factors which led to Ola's rise. Reason number 1, product market fit. Back then, electric scooters were still a niche. Ather was selling them but at 1.6, 1.7 lakh, which was too premium. Cheaper ones were mostly Chinese imports, locally assembled and very uninspiring. Ola saw the gap here for a good EV at good price and good features. There was a market for it. Then in 2020, they acquired Dutch startup Itergo, a startup that made electric scooters. Those EV had a modular battery system, app integration and solid design. The kind of scooters that looked very European-like. Ola took it, built it in India and made it affordable enough for everyone. When the first S1 and S1 Pro scooters launched, they had everything India wanted. 121 km never seen before range on a scooter, 115 km per hour top speed, a touchscreen dashboard, MoveOS, software, voice control, all wrapped in this futuristic designs, features that made other scooters look old overnight. Product was there. Now, that point is different that in real life, the range was not as claimed, even the software didn't work exactly. But those scooters sold because there was product market fit. And followed by that came the big announcement, the reason number 2, the Giga Factory. A 500-acre plant in Tamil Nadu, pitched as the world's largest two-wheeler factory. The target capacity was 1 crore scooters manufactured in a year. It was a bold move, something crazy for a new automobile company. Ola even skipped dealerships entirely. Everything from purchase to delivery would happen online. No middlemen, no old school auto model. It sounded futuristic, efficient and clean. It was way fast. When pre-bookings opened in 2021 for just 499 rupees, the internet exploded. Lakhs of reservations were there in 1 hour. Social media, YouTube, everyone was talking about it. Heck, even I was tempted to get one. Basically, the rise of Ola Electric. It was built much on promises rather than on product. And that's what made it magical and risky. They were doing too much things at a time because belief was doing the heavy lifting, belief that the future factory could make millions, belief that MoveOS would fix the bug, belief that this was India's Tesla movement. Belief built the rise, but belief doesn't last forever, especially when reality starts knocking. Now, everything about Ola's rise looked unstoppable, but when these scooters finally reached the roads in the hands of customer,
Ola Electric began delivering its e-scooters yesterday.
The cracks started to show. When the product failed the promise. Now, it begins small. Screens freezing mid-ride, scooters not getting unlocked, the dashboard range does not match with real life range, and for some unlucky riders, scooters started going into reverse without warning. Reason? Ola was in a hurry. Most traditional automakers take 3 to 4 years to design, test and validate a scooter from scratch, but Ola, after announcing the Itergo acquisition, launched this scooter in just 18 months. 18 months flat. It was all rushed. Testing cycles were cut short, suppliers struggled to match pace, the scooters shipped before the software was ready, and customers then became the beta testers. And then came the fires, like literally. In early 2022, videos of Ola scooter catching fire went viral. One incident in Pune triggered nationwide panic. Ola recalled more than 1400 scooters, officially blaming a supplier issue. But that didn't change things. The damage was done. The company that promised the safest scooter on Indian roads, it was trending for all the wrong reasons. And that didn't stop just there. Within months, owners are reporting front forks breaking. Ola quietly replaced the design in newer models, but denied any recall, calling it optional. That silence only fueled more outrage, and even in our experience, it wasn't any different. We have been using the Ola S1 Pro Gen 1 for about 2 years and the Ola S1 Pro Gen 2 for over a year, and honestly, it's been a terrible experience. On paper, it's futuristic, the touchscreen, app lock, cruise control, voice commands, all of that. It sounds like the iPhone of scooters, but in real life, it behaves like iOS 26. Bad joke. I mean, jokes aside, the handle sometimes refuses to unlock. We have had the display go blank mid-ride. Scooter was at a speed of 60 km/h. Next, the small part broke after a minor fall, and after a lot of back and forths of communication, it took us over a couple of months to just get this part replaced. And the second reason for failure was no service support. When problems start piling up, people ran towards service center for help, which was natural. But what did they find there? Delays. Weeks turned into months. People had to tow their scooters on their own, wait endlessly for spare parts, and literally beg for updates. You'll find countless videos on YouTube, even we did one. Frustrated owners are burning their scooters or then tying them to donkeys and towing them around the city in protest. People were just furious. And while this chaos unfolded, Ola just kept launching more models. S1, S1 Pro, S1 Air, S1X, S1X Plus, even Ola bikes. All the models have 2 kWh and 3 kWh variants as well. For your reference, Ather has 2 models, Ather Rista with 4 variants and Ather 450X with 3 variants. TVS has only one model, iQube with 5 different variants. Bajaj again has one model, Chetak, with 4 different variants. You understand the problem? Ola being a new company has so much models. Like even to this date, if I go to their website, they have 5 scooters. On top of it, they have 4 bikes, like 9 different models with about 27 variants. For most of us Indians, this looks fun. Like the options in Ola Electric look good. Like you're getting EVs from Ola starting from 60,000 all the way up to 2 lakh rupees. But for the brand, the servicing, maintenance, and even providing the charging network is a huge problem. And instead of addressing the issue and the chaos, the CEO himself got into a public fight on Twitter with a comedian. Wow, talk about comebacks. Now, if you shed all of these problems aside, there's one major fundamental problem that Ola faces: charging network. Unlike normal two-wheelers, which you can just fuel up at any petrol pump, for an electric vehicle, you need charger network. Ather understood this early on. They've built the Ather Grid, a growing network of fast chargers across the cities from Bangalore to Delhi, and even tied up with Hero MotoCorp and BPCL petrol pump to have third-party charging stations to charge Ather scooters. Even if you leave Ather aside, TVS and Bajaj, the traditional companies, they offer charging and service solution at their dealership network. And since these brands are way old brands, they have a huge dealership network and service network across India. Both TVS and Bajaj have also tied up with petrol pumps to provide charging network for their scooters. Meanwhile, Ola, it just focuses on selling scooters. We have experienced this firsthand. So there is an Ola showroom with fast charging available just near our office. We've used it many times to charge our scooter. But fast forward 2 years, the high-speed hyperchargers are gone and you just have this extended junction box charging. So instead of improving the charging network, they have somehow downgraded. And even for other Ola scooter users, they have had a similar experience across the country. Meanwhile, Bhavesh Agarwal had announced an ambitious plan that includes thousands of chargers, partnership, and nationwide charging network. But on the ground, just didn't exist. So the solution is simple. If you can't provide charging stations by yourself, at least partner with other people. Let people charge their Ola scooter on any charging station. Open source your charging methods. And finally, the biggest reason of this fall is the management. Inside the company too, there is chaos. Like senior executives are leaving one after the other, heads of engineering, manufacturing, design, even the HR. By early 2025, Bloomberg reported over 1,000 job cuts at Ola Electric. The pressure to grow fast is not only breaking things outside, but also from the inside. And apart from the management chaos came another hit. In February 2025, Ola proudly announced record sale numbers. But as Bloomberg later reported, and even the government data confirmed, the record-breaking sale numbers includes not just sales of the month, but even pre-bookings for scooters and bike that hadn't been delivered yet. Like the Transport Ministry flagged this and asked Ola to resubmit accurate numbers. You can only show numbers for the scooters sold in that particular month, not pre-booking. So even their sales, the one thing that looked strong, is now under scrutiny. And while all this chaos is unfolding, Ather, TVS and Bajaj are quietly improving, better quality, better support, no drama. Ola's market share has dropped from around 45% to below 20% in just 1 year. Imagine, if you're earning 100 rupees in a year, it's just become 45 rupees now. So already a loss-making company, the revenue is shut down to half. And followed by that, stock prices went down, sales are at an all-time low. In fact, they are now launching power banks. So this belief built the rise, but reality is what caused their fall. So now when you look at the story of Ola Electric, it's easy to frame it as a rise and fall story. But there's a very good lesson here, and it's a lesson for you also. If you want such a good TW explain video, share it with everyone. Let's hit 20,000 likes on this. It'll motivate us to do more. Now, if you look at India's EV space, that itself is in very early chapters, and Ola Electric, for all its flaws, it did change how people looked at electric scooters. Before 2021, EVs were for enthusiasts. Why? Because it was too expensive. Ola Electric made them affordable to the masses. They brought in the buzz, the design, the ambition, and in fact, they forced everyone, Ather, Bajaj, TVS, Hero, to up their game. And that, in a way, is progress for the entire EV industry. But the same speed that made Ola number one, this is also what costed them their fall. Hardware was shipped before software was ready. Service scaled more slowly than sales. And somewhere in that chase to move fast and break things, they forgot that this wasn't an app launch. This was a vehicle. Something people trust their lives with. And trust, once lost, takes years to build. Now, to be fair, Ola is trying to fix things. Movers updates have improved stability. They've expanded their service center across cities. And recently, Ola Electric even announced they are opening up their service and spare parts network as an open platform for third-party or local garages. I hope all of that works out well. Hopefully, Ola Electric doesn't turn out like another Byju's. And no, I'm not telling you to go out and buy an Ola EV, don't do that. Maybe we'll visit Ola Electric scooters 6 months down the line, if that's for question. On that note, this is Big signing off. See you in the next video. Pew!